What's going on, guys? How are you? How are you doing? My name is Shocks and I'm here to show you something about this 51s. So guys, this is a very full strategy, a very complete strategy that I'm going to show you here on V51s. I'm going to teach you how to trade volatility 51s exclusively for a living, how to make an income out of this. So this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you everything, right? So let's get right into it. If you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, you turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss any video from this channel. So if you are looking at this chart right now, we are looking at what? At V51s H1 chart, right? So if you look at H1, you clearly see that we have this order block that we see in this area. This came as a result of what? Of a break in these structures. There's structure number one, then there is take out of what? Of these equal lows, as you can see here. So there was liquidity here, we broke out structure here, and we took out the liquidity that was resting above this above this low. And if you look closely, you clearly see that we also created some liquidity in this area by creation of these equal lows again. So what you can see here from this, you can clearly see that the chart is headed to what? To this one, to this area right here. So I'm going to show you a strategy. Number one, you are going to be targeting liquidity and what? And order blocks, right? It's either it's going to an order block or it's going to liquidity, right? So you're going to be using lower time frame order blocks to catch your entries, and you are going to be targeting higher time frame order blocks and liquidity points, right? And you can clearly see also that you are having liquidity on top of this one, on top of this area right here. As you can see here, we have some liquidity on top of this area. So what we are going to do is okay, we're on V51s. Let's go to M15. So we're going to be using the M15. Here I want to show you how I got this trade. So what you have to know, guys, that I didn't get this trade right at the top here where it retested this order block that is represented by this blue line, but I did take this trade right into the next day. So there are two things that I considered. If you go to the H1 here, you clearly see that price retested this order block, right? Let's just mark it so that you guys can clearly see what we are talking about. I marked this order block, right? And I couldn't get a trade here. Why? Because I wasn't on my chart. So when I went on my charts the next day, this is what I could see. I was seeing that the prices had retested what? The order block, as you can see in this area right now. This was the OB, and price retested that OB, and I wasn't on my chart. So what I was going to do is, price has retested the OB, but where is it going? So price was going for what? This low right here. This was the target. So this was the target, not for me. This was the price target, this low that you see right here, right? So this was the target of price. So what I wanted just to do is to get in line with what? With the lower time frame market structure, so that I could take advantage of this trade from the from the M15. So what I wanted to do is I was just going to observe what price was doing. So if you look closely what price was doing here, okay, I'm going to teach you guys two ways of looking at these things, right? Number one, you're going to identify equal lows like this. If you are going for a sell, identify equal lows like this, right? We have an equal low, right, that you can clearly see here, right? And you identify order blocks. So we have this order block, that is the one that is sticking out. So either you were going to get your trade from this order block, but I know most of you guys were going to miss it from there. So you were going to wait for the second way of entering these markets, right? So you're going to wait for what? You're going to wait for this equal low strategy that I'm going to show you just now, right? So these were the equal lows, or the equal lows that price was supposed to break. So what you know is price is going to break here. Remember, right? Price is going to break here. So you have missed this trade. So when price gets to those lows, it will act as if it wants to respect that double bottom and go up like this. So what you are going to do, as someone who watched this video, you are going to wait for price to bounce a bit into what? So when price bounces, it's going to form like a blue candle, right? As you can see in this area, and it's going to either give you a what? A fair value gap, like what it did in this area like this, and you're going to be using that fair value gap to get your trade down to the ultimate target that we would have marked on that on the H1. So this is the fair value gap that you see. So, and if you're not seeing any fair value gap, what you're just going to do is you're just going to wait for a pin or a railroad track to enter your trade, and the stop loss is going to go above the candle that retests the equal lows, right? So what you are going to do here, from what I'm saying, is this is the red candle that retested the low. So your stop loss is going to go above here, above this candlestick, and you are going to wait for for a pin down or a railroad track. So it's very unfortunate that on this example we had all of the above, right? We had a pin right there, and we had a railroad track. So guys, before we go any further, let me just show you something that I wanted to show you, patterning your trading on currencies, right? For those guys who want to trade with me, trading currencies, GBP, USD, GPP, JPY, Euro, USD, you name it, and Nasdaq, right? For those guys who want to trade with me for free, go to meganmarkets.com, right? As you see on this chart, this is the website. You go and click on open live account, you fill in this form, you put your first name, last name, email address, and after you do that, upload your documents, ID and proof of residence. After that, you fund your account with crypto. After you fund with crypto, guys, you just tell me that I've deposited money and you are ready to trade with me for free, right? So this is what I wanted you guys to see on V51S. And before you go, guys, before you click out, let me show you another example. So let's just go back a little. Okay, before we go backwards, it's forward ever, guys, forward ever, every day. So what we're just going to do here, I'm just going to analyze this chart where it is right now, right? So we have this breaker, right? Price took out that high and this became a breaker, and price retested that breaker, right? So if you go to M15, you clearly see something very interesting from that chart. You see, so this is the breaker from the H1, and if you mark it out on M15 right here, you clearly see that price retested that broker and gave you a railroad track or an engulfing candle, as you can see. So this was the engulfing candle. So what you can do, guys, is you were supposed to take this trade, or you could have waited like what I did here, and you are waiting for you are waiting for price to come back to this order block that has been engulfed and take your trade from there. So what we are waiting to do here is simple. We're just waiting for price to hit this order block and to expand to our target. And if you go to H1, you clearly see that we are buying up to up to this order block. So you just have to be in sync with market structure, as you know where price is going, as you target a certain area or a certain low. So in this case, we are targeting this order block, and we are waiting for price to come back to an order block that we have marked or not on M15. And if price does retest this order block, we are going to that next purple line that we marked there. So this is what we are doing. And if price doesn't retest this order block, what are we waiting for? We are waiting for price to retest this particular order block right here that price did form. And if you go to H1, you clearly see that that order block is in sync with the one or not on the H1, and we'll be mapping out the targets as we go. So guys, this is what I prepared for you. I hope this was helpful, and don't forget to open an account and trade with me with Megan Markets. The links are in the description down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. To the head, salute.